Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. The name's Defender, and welcome to Banjo-Tooie. Originally developed by Rare and released for the Nintendo 64 in 2000. This is the HD remastered version developed by 4J Studios and originally released for Xbox Live Arcade in 2009. Banjo-Tooie is the sequel to the original Banjo-Kazooie. Bigger, but not everyone would say that it's better. But still, it's gone on to be, well, beloved by a lot of people. Maybe not as many as the original, but there are lots of people who would say that it's their personal favorite. And previously, I had played through the Xbox Live Arcade version of the original Banjo-Kazooie for that game's 25th anniversary, so I figured it was only fair to do the same here for Banjo-Tooie's 25th anniversary. Technically, we are in 2026 right now, but, still technically the 25th anniversary. We haven't crossed over into the 26th anniversary yet. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, why don't we go ahead and get started, shall we? But yeah, this is our hub, or our menu selection, rather. Got a whole variety of things we can pick from. Although for some reason I can't select the, honeycomb TV. Oh well. Because yeah, normally that would be our options menu, but that's okay. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and pick this empty save file and we'll be on our way.
Yo up gum yo up oh gum yo yo. Gum yo gum an yo gum an oh up gum yo an gum oh gum an up yo oh up gum oh up.
All right, so a little bit more dramatic of an opening than before. First of all, Grunty's back, apparently not dead after having been trapped under that boulder for 2 years. We met Grunty's sisters, Mingella and Blabelda. They seem just as delightful as Grunty herself. Grunty then murders Bottles, and now everything's destroyed and everything sucks. So yeah, again, a bit more of a dramatic opening than the original. But yeah, here's Banjo's house. It's gonna need a lot of renovating. Also, you may have noticed that, like, the music in the opening cutscene was out of sync. That's because this game actually runs at a smooth frame rate now, as opposed to being on the N64. The music was composed with the N64 slowness in mind, not modern systems, so it kind of creates a problem. But thankfully, the rest of the music will not be like that. Alright, so yeah, Bottles is dead. Not much we can do about him for now. But we can wander Spiral Mountain and see what the damage is. But yeah, things are definitely more dour this time around. But, as Bottles had mentioned, we start off with all of our moves from the original, which is good. But it won't be long before we're pulling off some slick new techniques, too. We might as well walk around and see what we can find, pick up some supplies for our journey. But yeah, your health is represented by honey. Pick up honeycombs to replenish it. Gold feathers let you use the Wonder Wing. So, hold down the left or right trigger, then press right on the right analog stick to go invincible. You can carry a maximum of 10 feathers. We got ourselves some eggs. Yeah, you can shoot them. Hold down the left or right trigger, then press either the Y button to shoot forward, or the B button to shoot backwards. You can hold a maximum of 100 eggs, and as you can see, we can pick them up in bunches this time instead of having to pick them up just one at a time, which is a huge convenience. Here's the Grunty crater. We got red feathers. These let Kazooie fly, but we'll need to find a flight pad to use them. Which, thankfully, we've got one right here. Just press the A button while standing on it to fly. Press A again to rise, though this will cost you a feather. You can also press the X button, perform a beak bomb, and you'll surge forward. This also costs a feather. You can turn more tightly by holding the right bumper. You can also kind of steer yourself during a beak bomb with the left analog stick. Thankfully, the pickups will replenish around here, so we can make sure we always have a good supply of stuff. This is a shock jump pad. If you stand on it and press and hold the A button, you'll get a big jump. And this is one of our first new collectibles, a Cheeto page. So yeah, we'll need 5 pages in order to do something with Cheeto. So we'll just keep that in mind for later. But yeah, we'll head into the big driller hole that mechanical machine made. And we'll find Klungo just kind of stomping around. Klungo, minion with a mission. But we just got started. Oh, you're big. But you know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Yeah, Klungo will drink one of 3 potions. A red one, a green one, or a blue one. The red one just makes him bigger, which is honestly probably the easiest version of him. But yeah, just avoid the potions by running in a circle. And when an opportunity arises, just hit him. 3 hits and he's toast. Well, no reason to stick around here anymore, so let's just keep following the trail. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good Monday afternoon. As you might guess, I have today off, so figured I'd do some streaming. But welcome to our hub world, the ILO Hags. What a charming name. But, well, we'll find out why it's called that soon enough. I like shortcuts, but yeah, this is a silo. These will help us warp around the overworld once we unlock some more. But yeah, our first stop is this shiny-looking establishment. This is King Jingling's throne room. A kickball tournament? first of many, but it's a Jiggy. King Dingaling. Alright, well, we have our first real objective. Let's go find this Jiggy Wiggy guy. Meanwhile, I do like me a good meanwhile from time to time. That can't be good. All right, well, things have gone from bad to worse. Let's hurry on up before we get vaporized as well. Yeah, as it turns out, this is where Bottles lives. We probably shouldn't tell his family about his recent departure. Yeah, this is just a nice little abode. Although, once we progress far enough into the story, we actually will not be able to come back here, which is a little weird. That also means there is something we can miss here. It's not essential, but well, we can get it at least. The Amaze-O-Gaze glasses. But yeah, now we've got basically binoculars. Push up on the right stick to zoom in, and right and down on the stick to zoom out. Andy. Oh, that's not the right button. Can you tell I've played the N64 version more than this version? Hey. I'm sure he was. Is. All right. Oh yeah, also there are posters for Jet Force Gemini on the walls, which is cool. Also, the little doll that Goggles has was much more closely looked like Donkey Kong in the N64 version than it does now. You know, they had to change it for legal reasons. Yeah, this is the Wooded Hollow. We're gonna be coming back here quite a bit. Another silo for a shortcut. But if we go in this tunnel, we'll find our first of many Jinjos. And yes, the family heirloom is a Jinjo, so for rescuing all the members of a Jinjo family, you'll get a Jinjo, or you'll get a Jiggy. Unfortunately, this means that Jiggies from Jinjos are less consistent. But still, it's well worth seeking them out. I mean, this is a collectathon after all. You're supposed to collect everything that isn't nailed down. Sup, doorman? What oddly specific requirements? Oh well, let's go on in. Jiggy Wiggy's temple. Man, they weren't kidding when everything was dedicated to Jiggies. All right, well, let's prove our worthiness. But yeah, you just gotta grab the pieces and put them in. A technical difference between this and the N64 original is that the N64 original actually played these pictures from Banjo's first-person view. For whatever reason, they switched it to a third-person view. But yeah, the first puzzle is the first puzzle. It's easy enough. But for proving our worthiness, a new door opens. But yeah, we'll need 4 Jiggies to attempt the next challenge. Now, these signs are... Oh yeah, you can press the B button to read it. Fortune smiles, here will be written the Jiggy secrets. Okay. Also, I didn't know this for a long time, but there's a secret passage behind Jiggy Wiggy, which leads to here. And there are a couple of signs to read. But yeah, that last sign mentioning the egg container, followed by jingling, that's something important that we'll discover later, if we piece it together, of course. But yeah, we've got our objective. We've got our first world. No time like the present. Welcome to Mayahem Temple. Ooh. Yeah, this is a warp pad. Warp pads will let us warp between other pads in this world. Oh, we got a Jinjo right here. Nice. We've also got these dart spitting statues and music notes. Yeah, we'll need music notes to learn new moves, so it's imperative that we grab as many of them as we can. In addition to the principle of the matter of just grabbing everything. All right, stop yelling at me, I'll do it. So who the heck are you? Jam jars, eh? And our first lesson is A game. All right, so yeah, now we can shoot in first person. Press the Y button. You'll get this nice little crosshair. The crosshair snaps back to the middle whenever you stop moving the analog stick. So if you actually want to try and like shoot something that's not dead ahead, you have to kind of awkwardly hold the stick. If you press right on the right analog stick, you can disable the crosshair if you just want to look around. And of course, you can use the Amazo Gaze goggles if you pick them up to zoom in and out as needed. In fact, here's a good place to try it out. All right, and this opens up this location, but we're not gonna go here yet. One thing that you'll notice about Banjo-Tooie, if you've only played the original Banjo-Kazooie, is that there is gonna be a lot more backtracking, both in the stage and in between worlds. It's an interesting idea, for sure, but it could definitely get a little egregious at points. In fact, except for the very final world in the game, there is no stage in this game that we will be able to complete on our first visit. Which is a little weird, but it is what it is. Ooh, this is a special honeycomb we can pick up sometimes. A skill stop honeycomb. But yeah, the gauge will cycle between health nodules. Press the X button when the nodule you want lights up. Be careful though, as you get later in the game, the gauge will move faster, which means you could end up losing health if you're not careful. This is Mumbo's skull, one of many, and this is a Globo. Globos are used for magic. We don't know any magic, but we know people who know magic. Wake up, bonehead. Yes, please. Yeah, Mumbo is a playable character here. We'll need his magic to activate the Mumbo pads that we see scatter around the worlds. He's also equipped with his self-proclaimed Mighty Shaman Zap Stick. Press and hold the X button to electrocute. You will need to keep the stick held on a target in order to shock him. That is, if I don't die first. There we go. As you may have also noticed, Mumbo has less health than Banjo and Kazooie. Whatever their health is, Mumbo will have 1 point less. But anyway, here's one of the Mumbo pads. Let's see this mighty Mumbo magic then. Summon Golden Goliath. Yeah, we can control the Golden Goliath for a little while. You can jump with the A button, but it's very useless. Press the X button to deliver a swift kick. We'll smash that. Now we'll put the statue back at its base, just because we need as much time as possible to accomplish the other things we want to do with the statue. So we need to smash this boulder. Knock open this door, which this one opens up all the way so the Golden Goliath can go through himself. We can wade through the goop here to get this jiggy. Smash open this gate, and then with the time we have left, we can wander over here and activate this warp pad. That's just a little time-saving thing, but yeah, now we're done. That's everything the Goliath needs to do, and by proxy, that's everything Mumbo needs to do in this world. I'm gonna destroy this because I can. All right. And in case you're wondering, no, you cannot leave the world as Mumbo. In fact, I think he actually has something to say about that. All right, good work, Mumbo. Now get back in your chair. We need 35 notes for this move. The grip grab. Yeah, the grip grab lets us grab ledges. Move along them with the left analog stick, press the X button to attack in the direction you're moving, and you can press the B button to let go of the ledge, and the A button to clamber up. We found the white Jinjo, which is actually the only member of its family, which means we got a Jiggy. Alright, so next thing's up. Let's climb to the top of this pyramid. We're not actually going to go inside of it yet. As you can see, we've actually got this sleeping snake and some crackly brush. Means you have to tiptoe very carefully, and I mean real slow, like this slow. And if you move the stick too much, you'll wake the snake up. Again, it's a very, very delicate procedure, and with how much more sensitive the Xbox 360 controller's analog stick is, it's much, much easier to accidentally go too fast. Yep, just like that. Easy. Easy. Okay. And thankfully, Slumber won't wake up anymore. Alright, I was definitely worried that might have been a little bit more of a hassle than what it was. Just need to peck our way over. Another Cheeto page. But yeah, I do apologize if it seems like I'm autopiloting a little bit. Much like the original, I've played this game a lot. I have a pretty good idea of where I need to go and what I need to do. And in what order. That will be very important as well. But this is the other magical individual, Humbawamba. Sure, take it. But yeah, Humbawamba takes the place of transformations. jump into the pool. Stony. Use the left stick to move and press X to shoulder tackle. But yeah, as a Stony, not only do we look hilarious waddling around, but we can crawl into tight spaces and we can talk to other Stonies. Under the strong rocks, you will find many surprises, okay? And in case you're wondering, no, you cannot wander outside of a world using a transformation. Yeah, we've got a tight passage here where we can pick up the first of many empty honeycomb pieces. Just like in the original, these will allow us to extend our health bars once we know how. I like the way Stony Banjo's arms flap when he tries to jump. I'm impressed that Banjo as a Stony can even jump at all. I think it'd be too heavy. What's up? Alright, well thanks. Also, this guy is named Officer Go Paws. I mean, that's just great. I have no notes on that. Yeah, this is kickball, which is apparently the sport of the local area. I mean, it's fine with me. I like kickball. I know what I'm doing. I got 25 years of experience playing kickball in this game. Yeah, the goal is to get as many points as possible. Yellow balls are worth 2 points. Grab a ball, then use the left or right trigger to kick it. This is what we refer to as a blowout. All right, now we have the semifinals. The semifinals will introduce red balls. Red balls subtract a point from your score. So obviously you shoot this in the other player's goals. I mean, unless you want the lowest score possible. Not bad. And finally, the finals! Oh yeah, we'll see about that. Now the finals introduces high explosives. You can shoot this at other players to stun them. Boom! No, how about another one for good measure? Oh, I missed. That's okay, I'll just take this. You know what? Stalling is a perfectly legitimate tactic now. That's for calling my shorts stupid. And here's our trophy. Well, that was fun, and I do hate to disappoint my adoring fans, but we have other things to do. Coming through. I have to say, I really dig the aesthetics of Maya Hem Temple. Like, it does kind of have that traditional, like, first stage grassy tone to it, but the ancient ruins and everything really makes it stand out, in my opinion. Free the trapped one. The moon must appear before the first star. Sun rises. 2 more stars. So, moon, star, sun, 2 stars. There's another warp pad. Moon, star, sun, star, star. That opens up this. Reveal this. My little rabbit friend, Gilberta. Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have the capability to move this boulder yet. But we were able to open the cage, and hey, that's a good start. Alright, that's enough stony action for now. Yeah. So yeah, after you spent a Globo, you can use Mumbo or Humbo services for free for that world from now on, which is very nice. World entry and exit, please. We need to make use of this flight pad. Because up here is another Jinjo. Yeah, there is a path that we can walk up to reach this, but it's just faster and more fun to just fly up. And behind the big temple is a treble clef worth 20 notes. We also got a Jinjo on the bridge. Man, we're getting a lot of the Jinjos from the smaller families, which is alright with me. Alright, let's do a little pest control. Thankfully the flies will not attack us, so we can use our new egg aiming technique. Nailed him! Oh yeah! That's a jiggy for us. Over here will be the last move we learn in Maya Hem Temple. For a mere 30 notes, the Breagle Blaster. Oh, we got our first bonk. That was actually sooner than I was expecting. Yeah, the Breagle Blaster will allow us to enter first-person shooter segments. I have to admit, I'm not sure who was clamoring for those in a Banjo-Kazooie game, but you know what? We've got them. Yeah, thankfully, the addition of modern controllers, the Breagle Blaster uses a more dual analog approach. You move and strafe with the left analog stick, aim yourself with the right analog stick. Just like before, you press the left or right trigger to shoot eggs. If you press and hold the right bumper, you'll get a crosshair. You can then also use the left analog stick to strafe left to right, or sidestep rather. When you let go of the stick, you'll return to your default position. This will be useful later. Alright, well, in we go. But yeah, we'll need to collect statues of Target Zan himself. He's very egotistical. But yeah, you could open a door panel by standing in front of it and pressing the A button. Eat protein. There we go. But yeah, just like the Stony told us, if you shoot the statue in between the eyes and its yellow gem, you'll disable it for a few seconds. Yeah, 10 statues gets access to the slightly sacred chamber. There's even a Jinjo here. Yeah, like I said before, even with the superior controls, it still feels a little weird to be playing this with the dual analog controls, even though I have done this before. This is not my first time having played the Xbox Live Arcade version of Banjo-Tooie, though it has been a very long time since I've played this version. Oh, this is special. These here, although they're booby-trapped, these are golden rapid-fire eggs. For a limited time, you can rapid-fire unlimited eggs. It's an all-you-can-eat breakfast of pain. I think this should take us back to start. Yep. But for 20 statues gets us access into the really sacred chamber. Now there are more than 20 statues in Target Zan's temple, but you only need 20 to get both Jiggies. And in the slightly sacred chamber, there's just a Jiggy. Meanwhile, in the other, really sacred chamber, are you sure about that? Behold! Target Zan, despotic dizzy totem god. We'll see about that. So yeah, just shoot the targets to destroy Target Zan's segments. Yeah, and don't let the goofy faces fool you. They will shoot darts at you. Get a reload. Okay. So yeah, the sacred self-destruct. Just make sure you're standing behind one of the stone barriers before Target Zan blows up. And another Jiggy is yours. Man, Banjo was right. We're gonna be done with this in no time. But yeah, as long as we've collected both Jiggies and that one Jinjo, we're done with Target Zan's temple. Alright, well that was a fun little diversion. But yeah, now that we have the grip grab, we can actually go into this other temple over here. This is the treasure chamber. All right. Yeah, we'll use the Talon Trot, climb up this pile. Now we'll need to make our way through the cracks in the walls. Of course, watching out for enemies perched. I still remember those enemies. I thought they were terrifying as a kid. It's just like this blue, literal snapdragon just lunging out of the wall. That's a scary concept. Another Cheeto page. Now where does this lead? The Ungabungus cave? Okay. Ah, that must be the priceless relic thingy we were hoping to retrieve. Okay, so once again, just like with Slumber, we have to very slowly creep our way across this crackly grass. What a riveting experience this is, ain't it? Not sure what compelled the developers to put all of these at like the very start of the game. Keep going, Banjo. Just a little further. All right, we're good. Then we have to carry this. Thankfully, we have a tunnel back this way, so we don't have to creep across the grass again. It's a good thing that they hired the laziest guard to protect this thing. Jiggy! Nice. All right, what still needs to be done? Oh, I know. Make our way back to the prison compound. Hey, another Cheeto page. And a Jiggy, which we will not be able to get yet. But by clambering over to this ledge, we'll get a chance to use the wading boots. This will let us walk through mucky terrain with no ill effects. Jiggy! Let me check my totals. Yeah, we're done. Mostly. We still have one Jiggy to collect, but that's the last thing. Dang, alright, that went by really fast. Well, if we're done, we're done. Let's boogie. But yeah, we have 11 Jiggies now, which last time I checked was more than 4. Time for challenge number 2. Easy peasy. Alright, well, we've got enough for 3. Let's get to it. But yeah, as you can see, more pieces will fly out of the puzzle with each challenge, but the general strategy is usually the same. Start with the outside pieces, then work your way in. But yeah, we'll need 14 Jiggies for challenge number 4. And that is more than 11. So we'll have to come back later. But yeah, we're gonna make our way to the next part of the Isle of Hags. It is possible to, like, through a combination of a good feathery flap as well as a beak buster, skip needing the grip grab to get up here, but the grip grab just makes it much easier. But this is the plateau area. Oh, it's Jam Jars again. And for only a measly 45 notes, we learned Fire Eggs. But yeah, tap the right bumper or left bumper to cycle between your eggs. Fire eggs deal more damage than the blue eggs and can be used for various incendiary purposes. But you shoot them slower and you can't carry as many of them. But as you might suspect, this is a big beehive, the home of Honeybee. You bet. Nice. Yeah, for trading in your empty honeycomb pieces gets you extra health. You need 1 empty honeycomb piece for your first health point, 3 for your next one, and then 5, 7, and then 9. So yeah, the cost gets steeper as we get further into the game, as one would suspect. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to do for now, but head to World 2. Welcome to Glitter Gulch Mine. And right away we can grab ourselves a Cheeto page by just jumping from the entrance rope and jumping over. Alright, well first things first, we need to get a lay of the land before we do much of anything else. Here's Wumba's wigwam. Oh, there's a Globo. I think I like the world of Glitter Gulch Mine more than Mayahem Temple, but I like the challenges in Mayahem Temple more than Glitter Gulch Mine. Those of you who have played this game before can probably guess what I'm alluding to. But for those who are not in the know, we'll find out soon enough. Oh boy, will we find out. And we'll regret every waking moment that we know about it. The Bill Drill. But yeah, the bill drill is basically just a souped up beak buster. Jump, then press and hold the right or left trigger. This can be used for destroying tough boulders. Kinda like that one. Nice. Yeah, we got ourselves a Jinjo over here. No, I know what I want to do. Yeah, yeehaw to yourself too, partner. Another boulder. Let's crack it open. Let's see, that's that. I want to make sure we go over here for this. Oh, this is the toxic gas cave. Plenty of boulders to bust, but not a lot of oxygen. Looks like that's it. Oh, it's okay. We only almost suffocated. Ooh, hey! Another tasty Cheeto page. Oh, and a treble clef. Very nice. Gotta watch out for the sentient TNT boxes that lob dynamite. You know, just another day in the life. Yeah, this is the spot. Alright, good. Gotten rid of a lot of boulders. This should definitely help us. Ah, generator cavern. This is a pretty spooky place. Let's see if we can't give them a little fuel. Yeah, you use a fire egg to start the generator. But as the sign mentioned, they're pretty unreliable, so they'll only last for a short time. And I'm honestly not sure why you need the last generator, but it's here if you need it. Alright, cool, we're done. Yeah, this is one of the benefits of having played this game so much. It's just like, I definitely do not begrudge anyone who's like, this game is really confusing. There's just so much you gotta keep track of. I definitely agree and sympathize with that. But again, I have been playing this game since I was 6 years old. So yeah, I've got a pretty good understanding of it. But yeah, we're leaving the world for now because thanks to the build drill, we can now get actually quite a bit of stuff. First a Jinjo under a boulder. So like that sign behind Jiggy Wiggy mentioned, if you go back to the red Jinjo house, and with the grip grab, you can get on top for a treble clef. Alright, now with the build drill, we can deal with this boulder in front of Banjo's house. Yeah, just pick up the fish, whose name is Royston, by the way. It's actually an in-joke with Rare, because one of the developers had the middle name of Royston, and everyone basically just took pity on the poor guy and named Banjo's goldfish Royston, both in pity and also to make fun of him. But yeah, for helping Royston, you get extra oxygen and super fast swimming. Press and hold the A and X button together for the fastest swimming speed possible. Hey there, Cheeto. You're certainly looking worse for wear these days. feathers. Mayhem Temple, code chamber, letters. But yeah, the feathers cheat. We'll have to go to Mayhem Temple to punch that in. But not before. You may have noticed this on our first visit here. There's a little opening above the waterfall. You can actually swim in it. We will need the grip grab to be able to climb behind the waterfall here. Thankfully we have it. Ah, I see. Interesting. I think I might have done this out of order in this version. Let's go find out, shall we? Yeah, there's a little path over here that we neglected to go down last time, but it leads to this big egg. This is Heggy's egg shed. I suppose it is 10 years old. But yeah, this is using the Stop and Swop. These are the items from Banjo-Kazooie, but thanks to the hard drive space on the Xbox 360, it actually allows the game to communicate with the Xbox Live Arcade version of Banjo-Kazooie. So all the Stop and Swop items we picked up will actually do stuff for us. But yeah, we got ourselves a gamer pick. Sweet. Yes. Banjo-Kazooie theme. Oh, nah, it's fine. Well, we won't install it. To star in my own game. Are you sure about that? I don't know. Oh, this is gonna be really depressing, isn't it? I mean, for the record, this game did come out, well, the HD version came out in 2009. We had a little bit more hope back then. Homing eggs! Go to Cheeto Code Room and enter homing! Regal Bash. Double tap the X button for Skinny Bird Bash, as Peggy puts it. It's like a standard attack, but it deals much more damage than most of your other moves. It's okay. Jinjo as multiplayer character. How do you think I feel carrying them for 10 years? One day. Oh, that hurts so much. Oh. But yeah, we've hatched all of the special eggs. So, yes, these are split up pads. We'll use these later. In the N64 version of Banjo-Tooie, because Stop and Swap was not implemented at that time, the developers put in cartridges that held additional items. Actually, doesn't this mean that I already have what I need, I think? Oh yeah, I still have an ice key. But yeah, that means we don't actually have to go to the little pockets of things. Because completing the original Stop and Swap unlocks Stop and Swap 2, which would grant you access to basically items in the locations in the N64 version of Banjo-Tooie where stuff was hidden. Let's see, where do I want to go? Right, I need to go to Wumba's Wigwam. Because we want to go enter in the cheats we collected. But yeah. Unfortunately, you two, you did not actually get to live to see your 20th birthdays. Well, I mean, okay, you didn't get anything cool for your 20th birthday. Although, no, Banjo and Kazooie were added to Smash Ultimate in 2019, correct? Yeah, that sounds right. So, technically, it was probably their 21st. Close enough. But yeah, just spell out the cheat word you were given. So we were given feathers. The feathers cheat doubles the maximum number of feathers you can carry. But we also got the homing cheat. H-O-M-I-N-G. The homing cheat will make eggs home in on baddies. Yeah, now we can toggle on cheats. Cool, so now we have more feathers and homing eggs. Sweet. All right, now back to the prison compound, because that's where we can put our bill drill to use. Yeah, we'll just need to smack the columns to move the Jiggy down the path. But apparently for some reason, if we're not fast enough, the Jiggy will reset. Not sure how that works. Gotcha. And thanks to the builder, we can also free Dilberta now. Yeah, this actually introduces a very cool mechanic that we've already kind of seen, but we'll actually be able to take practical use of with this. Areas that connect between worlds. Again, it's a very cool concept, and they're gonna do some pretty neat things with it, but it will lead to some pretty big backtracking later on. Bullion Bill. Ooh, Jiggy. Fine. And we're back in Glitter Gulch Mine, and now we're gonna stay here until we take care of everything we need to. Our first order of business will be over here. Another boulder to bust. The ordnance storage entrance. And a jam jar silo? Alright. For only 95 notes, what a bargain! We'll earn the Beak Bayonet. Yeah, we now have a melee attack. Press the X button to skewer whoever's in front of you. Alright, so we gotta defuse the dynamite with beak bayonets before we are blown to Kingdom Come. I think we can manage that. Well, no time like the present. We got 200 seconds. Better move fast. I ain't got time for pleasantries. I don't have time for that. Hold still. Darn sentient TNT sticks. Yeah, I don't remember the beak bayonet being quite so slippery in the N64 original, but that might just be because we're working at an actual smooth frame rate and not playing the game like we're sifting through molasses. Aha! Yahoo! Hey, we'll take that funny shaped nugget. Also, I bumped my mic stand. Sorry about that. Now the real question, how do we get out of here? No. Here we go. Gotcha. Might as well resupply while we're here. Okie dokie. Next. I think it's time to employ the help of Humba Wumba here. Thankfully we have both Globos that we need for this world. So yeah, we're a TNT detonator. We can attack with a self-destruct attack, but obviously it will hurt us. However, we can also use our explosive personality to set off these TNT barrels. Which, weirdly, this does not hurt us. I don't really understand the logistics of that, but you know what? I ain't complaining. By the way, it's just a little bit of movement tech. You can jump at any point during your movement, so even if you're bouncing in mid-air, you can jump, which gets you a little extra height and distance. It's never strictly required, but it's helpful. Whoa, what's in that box? Well, maybe we can unblock it. Floating boxes, what will they think of next? Unfortunately, we won't be able to help anymore, but we've gotten the first step done in that quest chain, which is good. We'll go to the crushing shed. Which blasts open this. Oh, I know what this is. This is the flooded caves. Oops, wrong button. Alright, well now we'll go to Mumbo's skull. Again, there's just something very funny about Rare era designs in this. They literally did just slap googly eyes on everything. And it worked. It worked really well. Hold on, I gotta finagle my way out. There we go. Alright, and if memory serves me right, that's pretty much everything we need the detonator for. Alright, now it's Mumbo time. I have to say, the much faster loading is definitely appreciated. I mean, it's not like the N64 loaded excruciatingly slowly or anything, but still, any improvement is welcome. Here's your Globo, Miracle Man. Alright, so first to the crushing shed. And if you notice, when you're using a warp pad, if anything is yellow, you cannot warp to that location for some reason. Mumbo isn't welcome in Wumba's Wigwam, so can't go there. Here's a Mumbo pad. Levitate. Now that's an uplifting spell if I ever heard of one. Alright, that's Mumbo's portion of that taken care of. The other big thing, we need to go to the train station. Find an empty honeycomb in this box. And this Mumbo pad. Levitate Chuffy the train. And with that, Chuffy's upright again. Can't do anything more with Mumbo in this world. Yes, he only lifts a boulder and a train, which, taken out of context, is like, wow, he did a lot, but we only used 2 pads. I mean, it was still really important. In fact, getting Chuffy up and running is gonna be key to getting a lot of jiggies in this game. You done good, Mumbo. But we'll call on your help again when you're needed. All right. How do I want to do this? Let's go to the crushing shed first. Yeah, first we need to actually get this conveyor belt running. Now, I could time myself through this, or we can just go invincible. What do you mean that doesn't work? Do you not understand what invincible means? Unbelievable. Who allowed this to happen? Vince doesn't prevent me from being crushed. What a jip. I demand a refund for this for this more than 15-year-old digital game. I'll take that. And after collecting the 3 gold chunks, they make 1 golden jiggy. Alright, let's go back to Wumba's Wigwam. We're not actually going to turn back into the detonator. Hello, Canary Mary. So yeah, just a quick rat-a-tat-rat. Oh no, she has jiggies. Unfortunately, we'll wish she had kept them. All right, now let's get out of here before we suffocate. I mean, can we not? All right, well, let's do this. Yeah, this is just a pure button masher. Now, the Canary Mary button mashing races are pretty infamous. They're mostly tests of endurance rather than like pure button mashing speed. So don't, you do not want to go full Mario Party on these and like try to mash as quickly as possible. You want to maintain a decent pace, but not like, you gotta get into the position and vibrate your fingers or anything like that. But yeah, at least for this first challenge, it's not too bad. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. We got our Jiggy, and we're right here by the train station, so we might as well take care of what we need to here, now that the train has been reoriented. Alright, well, let's go. Alright, well, let's just go inside the broiling, boiling boiler. What could possibly go wrong? Nope, this is Old King Cole, grubby boiler monarch. But yeah, you have a time limit in this fight, but don't worry, this is an easy fight. Just stand on one of the platforms and pelt Old King Cole with your eggs. He'll attempt to heat up the boiler to try to, like, deplete your oxygen, but especially if you got the upgrade from Royston, you don't have anything to worry about with that. Oh, sure, we can discuss this over a lovely cup of tea. But yeah, Old King Cole can't hurt you as long as you're standing on a platform. Honestly, that was an easier fight than Target Zan, and Target Zan wasn't anything special. But yeah, most of the bosses in this game will, let's just say they're not going to go down in history as, like, the greatest, most mechanically demanding boss fights of all time. But still, an A for effort. Because, I mean, Banjo-Kazooie had, like, what? That TNT crate in Rusty Bucket Bay and Grunty, pretty much. So yeah, we can use the train now, but we need to unlock new train stations before Chucky can move. But we've done so. Alright, Canary Mary, let's do this thing. Canary Mary is definitely faster the second time around, but again, you don't want to go for a full-out mash in this. Nice. Well, see you later, Canary Mary. Got a Cheeto page. Which stuff have we collected? Let me check. There's still one. Oh, I know where that Jinjo is. And we got a couple more Jiggies to collect. There's some that we can't get right now, but I know I know two more we can grab. In fact, I think those are the last two we can get. But yeah, these are the springy step shoes, which we can't use right now, but we can use the turbo trainers. The turbo trainers let you run at top speed. Stand on this button. And you'll open this gate. Now, you can use the warp pads to travel, but this is much more fun in my opinion. Who doesn't love running on water? Nobody I would want to hang out with, that's for sure. And here we are back in the waterfall cavern. Actually, I don't think we've been here yet. We can glide over to this platform here. This leads us back to an alternate entrance into the flooded caves. But yeah, if you haven't picked up the fast swimming or extra bubbles from Royston, you might have a bit of a harder time here. You gotta swim through this network of tunnels to find the right one, which leads to a Jiggy. Sweet. But yeah, there's two other Jiggies. There's one, the other Jinjo we can't get for now. We have to come back later. And the other two Jiggies, I think there's only two Jiggies left. Yep, we gotta come back later for those as well. So at least for now, we're done with Glitter Gulch Mine. I think that took a little bit less time than Mayahem Temple. How about that? But in order to get to the next area, we'll need fire eggs. This brings us to the Pine Grove. Open up the silo, and as it turns out, Humba Wumba has set up residence here. Need the legendary Mega Globo. Yeah, we cannot have the Mega Globo yet, but we will find it eventually, as long as we keep our eyes peeled. There's a big boulder. Can't do anything with that yet. I do kind of like the narrative story that is told by the trail, because this is what the driller used. And you can see, it like went around in a circle, probably whacked into something, and then it just like fell off the cliff, and then drilled through the water. It just shows us the complete disregard that Grunty and her sisters have while using the drill. But for 110 notes, we'll learn grenade eggs. This ought to be a blast. Yeah, grenade eggs pack a real wallop. They deal the most damage out of any egg type in the game and can be used to blast open stubborn obstacles. However, as Jamjar said, they'll hurt you if you're too close to the blast, and you can't carry very many of them. Well, pretty much, yeah, the only thing we have, because we've done pretty much everything we can in the overworld, we don't have anywhere else we can explore. We used the bill drill. Yeah, the only real next thing to do is go to the next world, but we are, I think it might take us a little too long in World 3. And I don't want to feel rushed because World 3 is my personal favorite stage in the entire game. So you know what? I think we're going to save that for next time. So thank you for stopping by, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you'd like to stay up to date on the things that I do, please consider following. But, excuse me, you interrupted my outro. The punishment is death. Anyway, for now, this is the Defender, signing out. See you later.